Good morning, this is Jim, 5714 Collector, bringing you another video this morning. It's Sunday. Still fairly early here in Northern Virginia, but I wanted to continue the 1972 Topps baseball set run. This morning I'm going to show you cards number 15 through card number 30. And as I was writing these up and going through them, we still haven't hit a Hall of Famer, even though we got a team card in here, which I'll show you here shortly. But I thought we would continue the series. Thought this was a lot of fun. I'm enjoying doing this, and I was doing a lot of work on Baseball Reference. So I want to make sure I give a shout out and all that to what I was using to get the information. So baseballreference.com, and we will start with Walt Williams, 1972, card number 15 with the White Sox. And I was looking up Walt, getting some information on him. And he played 10 years in the major leagues. He hit .304. That was his high batting average. He did that in 1969. And he had 640 major league base hits in his career. So that's Walt Williams. He had the nickname of No Neck, Walt No Neck Williams. So there's card number 15. And here's card number 16. Mike Jorgensen, if I'm saying that correctly, with the Mets. And I got a little cool piece of trivia for you about this. He is the only Major League Baseball player that was born on the day that Babe Ruth died. He was born August 16th, 1948, and that's the day that the Babe died. So Mike Jorgensen, and a little bit more about him. He won 1 Gold Glove in his career, and he also hit 95 lifetime home runs. So pretty decent career, no doubt about that. And coming up to number 17, we have Dave Duncan, and he was the primary catcher in the late 60s, early 70s with the Oakland A's. Also, I believe he lost his job to Gene Tennis in 1972. He played for the Orioles a year or two also. He was also a pitching coach under Tony La Russa. And let's see if we have anything else for you. He was selected to 1 All-Star team. Of course, he played with the 72 A's, the World Championship team, and he tied a Major League Baseball record with 4 doubles in a game. So that's pretty cool. Card number 18, Juan Pizarro with the Cubs. That's a pretty cool looking card. I'd like to show the backs of all of them, even though all the backs are the same, and I know nobody can read these stats because I know how hard they are to read, but that's a pretty cool card. So give you a little trivia about him as I went through all that. He won 131 Major League Baseball games in his career and had 28 saves. He was a 2-time All-Star, and he won a career-high 19 games with the White Sox in 1964. So that's pretty cool. I wonder how many people knew that. Now here's one of the most iconic cards in the set. Billy Cohen. It's Cowan or Cohen. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. But the halo, the Angels halo out there in the parking lot, that is pretty cool. That's one of the most awesome looking cards, and probably one of the coolest looking cards that Topps ever did. I know a lot of people have said that they love this card. So let me just show you the back of his card. That is card number 19. And just let me see if we have something here. He had a career high of 19 home runs and 50 RBIs in 1964 with the Cubs. And I wrote down he was famous for this card. So that's pretty cool. I love these cards. I love looking up all the information and all that. And if I do, 15 cards at a time until I hit the inaction cards, and then we can kind of maybe add a couple. But I thought it's kind of fun to just go through this, and you go on Baseball Reference and look these guys up, and some of these guys I know some people have never heard of them. I grew up and I collected this set when I was a kid, and I don't remember all these players. So, but here's one of the sad stories of probably this set is the number 20, Don Wilson, who had really an outstanding career with the Astros. Strikeout pitcher. Now, he had a tragic ending. I'll let people read that on Baseball Reference. I'm not going to go into that here on this video, but very tragic. If you get time, look him up on Baseball Reference. If you don't know Don Wilson's story, there's quite a bit of a write-up on him. That's the back. And we'll just make sure we say he won 104 games lifetime, and he pitched 2 no-hitters, which I knew he had pitched 1. I did not know he had pitched 2. So that was pretty cool to learn. So number 21, we come to the Braves team card. Now, that's pretty awesome. I love the team cards. I wish Topps would do the team cards this way in front of the ballparks, or inside the stadiums. I think that would be pretty cool. Instead of showing the celebration type cards, I like the team cards. These things are awesome. And they have the career highs on the back for the batting and the pitching and the division winners and pennant winners and stuff like that. So that is card number 21. Sorry about that. The Braves team. So that's pretty cool. Let's give you a little trivia about the Braves team that year. So they finished 70-84 that season. I think they had 1 tie. That was 4th in the National League West. Phil Niekro went 16-12 and had a 3.06 ERA. Hank Aaron had 34 home runs to lead the team. Earl Williams, who later was traded, I think in 1973-74 time, right to the Orioles, he had a team high of 87 RBIs for them. So that's pretty cool. So, make sure I get this up here. There's card number 21. Rob Gardner. There we go with the Yankees. And we'll show the back. As you can see, he had a fairly long minor league career too. So that's pretty awesome. So we'll give you some information on Mr. Gardner here. He pitched in 8 major league seasons. He won 14 games lifetime. In his 5th appearance for the New York Mets and his 4th major league start facing Chris Short of the Phillies, he pitched 15 scoreless innings and got a no decision. The game went 18 innings and ended in a tie game, 0-0. That game that he pitched, probably his career game, right? That game ended at 12:50 a.m. because of a curfew. So they had curfews in effect and all that. And one thing I'm not sure about, I'd have to go look at the Major League Baseball rules, is they still have curfews in effect going from Saturday night into Sunday morning. But I remember several games, when I was growing up, they would call games like before 1 o'clock in the morning. So they had a curfew in effect and all that. So that's pretty cool to pitch 15 innings and get a no decision and all that. It's like, cuz that won't happen anymore, will it? I think that's the thing about the game changing, maybe for the better, maybe not. My opinion, no, because I grew up when, pitchers came in and, the starting pitcher, they finished their games. They completed 20 games a season. Ryan and Niekro and Palmer and Tom Seaver and Steve Carlton and Catfish Hunter. And I'm missing Fergie Jenkins, Don Sutton. Them guys would start 35, 36, 37 games a season and then complete 20 of them. And it's like, now you can barely get 5 or 6 innings out of a starter. Now, I know it has to do with money and all that because you've got to protect their arm. But, it's a shame that we've gone from a starting pitching game to more or less a relief pitching game. And I think that's the biggest difference. And to me, in my opinion, not the same. Bringing in relief pitcher after relief pitcher, like, I want to see a big famous pitching duel. That's what I like to see. That's awesome. So card number 23 is Ted Kubiak. So that's pretty awesome there. And unfortunately, they have him with no hat on. But that's with the Rangers. And I know why, because this is the year they went to Texas and started playing in Arlington. So let's give you a little fact about Mr. Kubiak. He played with the A's during their 3 World Series titles from 1972 to 1974. And he hit 13 lifetime home runs and 2,447 at-bats. So card number 24 is Ted Ford of the Indians. The Indians then, the Guardians now, right? But that's a cool looking card too. I like that card. It's pretty sharp. The back of Ted's card. And Mr. Ford, he played 4 years with Cleveland and Texas. He had his best year in 1972. He hit 14 home runs and had 50 RBIs in 129 games. And he led the American League in assists with 10. So pretty cool. Short career, but still pretty awesome stuff. Oh, I messed up here. There we go. So card number 25 is Bill Singer, who I featured in the 74 Kellogg set. But we're going to show him here in the 72 Topps. And I love that Dodger blue hat. That is a beautiful hat. I just think that is awesome. They had some of the best looking colored hats, even when they played in Brooklyn. Their Brooklyn B hat, that deep blue, dark blue, beautiful, beautiful hat. So, well, wrote down a little bit trivia. We'll go back through. Mr. Singer won 118 Major League Baseball games. He had 1,515 strikeouts in his career. He's a two-time All-Star, also a two-time 20-game winner, and he pitched a no-hitter for the Dodgers. So pretty cool. He had a nice career. He had more losses than wins, but he still had a decent career. Next card, number 26, is Andy Etchebarren of the Orioles. Of course, he came up with the Orioles, Andy did. And I remember seeing him play and all that. He played in the World Series with them, with their championship teams. And a little fun trivia about Andy Etchebarren. Now, I had read this. I have read several books on the Orioles from the 66 season. They did a book or two about the Orioles when they won the World Series that year. But Frank Robinson, of course, everybody knows the year he had for the Orioles in 66. Well, they had a pool party at like a Boosters or a friend's house one night after a night game. And most of the team was at the pool party. Well, Frank Robinson, either he fell into the pool or basically said, hey, you get in or we're going to push you into the pool. Well, it turns out Frank Robinson could not swim. Well, he got into the pool, he slipped and went down under into the deep end and was down there a minute or two, however long it was. Andy Etchebarren had to go in and pull him out and saved his life. So just imagine if you had seen that story in the paper the next day, Frank Robinson drowns in a swimming pool, something like that. But thank goodness Andy Etchebarren, and if you look at Baseball Reference, it's on there too. But I have a 66 Orioles book that was written, and they mentioned that also. So Andy Etchebarren saved the MVP of the 66 season for the Orioles and all that. So I wrote that down on my cue card. But I remember the story. So he was a two-time All-Star also, and he had a career high in RBIs in 1966, which was his rookie year. So really neat story about Andy Etchebarren. Number 27 is Bob Johnson, here with the Pirates. And if I remember correctly, he pitched with Kansas City also, and I think I have that written down. So I'll give you that trivia here in a second. So Bob Johnson, in 1970, in his rookie season, which was his best, his one-loss record wasn't great. It was 8-13, but he had 206 strikeouts and 214 innings for the Royals and 10 complete games. He won 28 Major League Baseball games, and he won Game 3 of the 71 National League Championship Series game against San Francisco. So pretty cool stuff. Now, the rookie stars are always fun to, you hope you find some information about these guys, because probably haven't heard of any of these three players, but I do have some information that I found on Baseball Reference. I'm going to give you that. But we have Bob Gearhart, if I'm saying that right, Steve Bry, and Hal Haydel. So let's talk about them just for a quick second. So Bob Gearhart, he appeared in 31 Major League Baseball games. He had one Major League win. So, it's still pretty cool that, anybody that appears in a Major League Baseball game, I think that is awesome. And he got a win, so that's pretty cool. So he was also the first general manager of the Rockies until 1999. So when they first started till 1999, he was the general manager of the Rockies. So that's pretty cool. Steve Bry, if I'm saying that correctly, played in 9 Major League Baseball seasons, 7 of them with the Twins, and he hit a career high of home runs of 9 in 1975. So pretty cool. Hal Haydel, he pitched 2 seasons with the Twins, and he won 6 Major League Baseball games in his career. He got the win in his Major League debut on September 7th, 1970, and his only Major League home run on that day. So that's pretty cool. Get your first win and your only home run on the same day. So pretty cool stuff. Now, I found out something here on card number 29. Let's bring him up right quick. So we got, make sure I got it. Yeah, Bill Bonham. I wanted to call him Bob. Bill Bonham, here with the Cubs. And I just love the purple colors. So when I went on the Baseball Reference, I found something interesting about Mr. Bonham. So him and his wife, and Tom Hume and his wife, were staying at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. And now make sure I get this right. It was 1981, I believe. It's the famous MGM fire of 1981. Him, his wife, and the other couple were on the 24th floor of the hotel when the fire broke out that morning at 7 a.m. That fire raged through the kitchen into the lobby, and then it got up into the air shafts and all that. Well, long story short, if you look this up, 75 or 85 people died in that fire. So what happened was there were not fire alarms in every room and all that. And the fire alarms at that time did not have to be in every place. If it was a 24/7 area, it didn't necessarily have to have a fire alarm. So what happened was the alarms didn't go off fast enough. Well, they survived. They tried to go down the stairwell. They got down like the 16th floor and couldn't go any further. So they went back up and got up on the roof and were rescued by helicopter from the roof. Think about that's kind of scary. But his wife, Tom Hume and his wife, survived the hotel fire. One of the biggest fires in U.S. history, too. So if you get a chance, check out Baseball Reference. It's something I did not know that he was involved with. So very interesting. So let me say a couple more things about Mr. Bonham. He won 75 Major League Baseball games with the Cubs and Reds. He won 10 games in a season 4 times. So that's pretty cool. And lucky for him and his family and his friends that they survived that hotel fire. So here's card number 30, Rico Petrocelli. Shortstop for the Red Sox. Played his whole career with them from 1963 to 1976. He was on the Impossible Dream team. In 1967, he hit 40 home runs one year for his career high, and that was a shortstop high for a long time until A-Rod broke that record. So, yeah, the 40 home runs came in 1969, and he had a high WAR of 10 that year, which led the American League. He hit 210 lifetime home runs and had 2 home runs in the 67 World Series against the Cardinals. So, very solid career for Mr. Petrocelli. So that's the cards number 15 through 30 of the 1972 Top Set. I hope everybody enjoyed this. This is going to be a fun series. I'm going to do probably 31 to 45. I'll work on that this week, and I'll get that out to you next Sunday. Hopefully Wednesday or Thursday this week, I'll get a video out. I got a couple of Nolan Ryan things I want to show and talk about. And I hope everybody has a great Sunday and a great week. If you enjoyed this video, please comment. Let me know how you're enjoying the series. We'll continue to do this. Again, everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.